And I want to bring in Leigh from the United Kingdom, who said he would be willing to come on to the show, give some comments about what this case means to him, what he kind of sees happen. And Leigh, are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, you're right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I can't see, I can just hear. Yeah, I can hear you. So what does Britney mean to you, and why are you supporting her?
Well, like so many people, as soon as she came onto the scene, I was a big, massive fan. She was similar to like the Spice Girls, it just captured that era. But obviously, we've all grown with her, and we've grown, to adulthood, and, she's become a mother. And over the last 13 years, we've seen this whole thing play out, and it's never been quite right. So we've always been watching from a distance, wondering what's actually happened. But obviously, over the last 2 years, pieces of the puzzle have come out. And we're all putting two and two together and seeing that the whole thing has a dark underbelly, basically.
So, have you seen the shift since June 23 in public perception of the Free Britney movement or of the case itself? So before June 23, when Britney spoke, did you see a difference between how people were viewing the conservatorship or the movement versus now that she has spoken?
I think before the court appearance when she spoke, it was more of almost like a celebrity gossip type thing. But now it's become more a human rights aspect where people can see that this woman just wants to be free. If she can do all these tours, if she can do like perfume, she should be allowed to be free. She's allowed to buy a Red Bull if she wants to buy a Red Bull. And I don't understand how her father, who is double bankrupt, is in charge of her finances of a $600 million plus, which has gone walkies, which we'll find one day, of her empire. Like, she's under conservatorship, but her sister's running around a restaurant with a knife. Like, who should be under this conservatorship? It's definitely not Britney Spears.
Now, that's one thing that confused me about some of the reporting and the valuation of her estate. I had seen numbers thrown around that it was $30 million or more lately $60 million. And obviously, that's a huge amount of money. But I would expect this estate to be worth significantly more money. How could it not be? And that's what's confusing to me. I mean, what are your thoughts or reactions about what they're saying the value of this estate is?
Well, I don't understand how you can have a $2 billion plus empire, which is just the perfume side of the whole brand. She had Pepsi commercials, she's had albums, she's had tours, she's had Las Vegas residencies, she's had dolls, she's had this. There's no possible way on God's green earth that she only has $60 million. If you go through all the X Factor alone, that was like 15 million. And if her dad has been in charge of her finances for 13 years, why has she only got 60 million? Where is the money gone? Follow the money.
Yeah, that to me is, I think you're absolutely correct. And to me as an observer, because I'm not involved in the case obviously, but I'm just reading the paperwork. And I'm thinking to myself the same thing. That doesn't make sense that they're reporting her assets or estate is not worth as much as we would expect it to be. And where is this critical thinking? Why isn't the court on its own saying, hey, I want to have that investigated or checked. We're not going to take the conservator's word for what this estate is worth. And I think it's a letdown, really, of what we should be seeing in terms of court oversight. Do you have anything else that you want to add about the case, what you're hoping will happen today?
Well, when she first put in this conservatorship, they said she had dementia, but there'd never been a mental capacity declaration put on file. So that means the whole thing from the jump should never have happened. This alone should be a reason why this is dissolved immediately, and everyone on the team, on the conservatorship, even in the courtroom, so that Sang Ingham and Brenda, Penny, whatever her face is, all of these people need to be investigated, why they were so complicit for this to carry on as long as it has.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate, I know it's got to be late at night for you, so I appreciate you joining us on the show, reaching out to me on Twitter. I mean, it just means a lot to me, and your insight has just been perfect. So thank you, and have a good night, and I appreciate the support that you've given.
Cheers. Thanks, mate. Have a good night.